Already our luscious cameraman. Our cameraman says go. Angus, thank you very much. Love the wheel of the Great Yorkshire Show. Izak, set us up. Tell us why we're here and also why we've garnered Angus to talk to us, please.
Excellent. So I'm Izak from Heerden from AHDB AgriLeader. We're here talking today to some alumni and some members of the Future Farmers, the Great Yorkshire Agricultural Society's leadership institution, and we've got Angus. And I was just saying to Angus, I've been to Yorkshire twice in my life in the last 2 months, and both times was to see him. So,
wow, Angus, that's a badge of honour.
Some would say.
So Angus, tell us about yourself. What's your background? How did you get to be here? And we'd also love to hear about your magic, which we'll talk about in a minute. Go on, fire away.
Left school, did a degree in agriculture, farmer's son, mixed farm at home, worked away from home for 5 years, and then came back to the family farm in 2003, made a few changes and started breeding pedigree Solaires, and primary reason for being here is showing the cattle.
Okay, and go back a bit, because the studio will be asking me, Agriculture University, where did you go?
I went to Harper Adams and did a straight degree in ag.
Do we really go?
I'm Harper as well.
Good lad.
When you came back to the family farm, did you change it? Did you change it dramatically?
Partly changes were forced upon us because of the loss of the sugar beet factory at York.
Okay, yeah.
So that was an instigator to the change. We did rent a bit of land out for potatoes, but saw the damage to the soil that the potato cropping was doing, and that combined with the gut feeling that the soils were being the quality of the soil was decreasing. Its workability was decreasing. It was taking more horsepower, more time to get a seedbed. And that really was the trigger for the start of the changes that we've made since.
And were you one of the first, do you think, of your generation to identify the damage that we collectively were doing to the soil at that point in time?
Certainly one of the first to do something about it on farm. Yes.
Okay, so let's take it through to present day. When was it? 2-3 weeks ago we had groundswell, regenerative agriculture. There's such a buzz there, such a younger population in comparison to cereals attending, and so much talk about regenerative agriculture, sustainability, carbon neutrality, carbon capture. Are we all going in the right direction, or are we just being a bit jingoistic? We should have done what you did X number of years ago back then, or was it all pointing in the right direction now?
Well, it's same as when's the best time to plant a tree? It's 20 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
And the changes I've made now, I wish I'd made 20, 30 years ago.
Okay.
But if you haven't made the changes then, the next best time is to do them tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Izak?
Yeah, so certainly on that, you're part of a group, so tell us a bit more about that and what you guys are trying to achieve and what you have done.
Well, various groups, but just trying to promote the uptake of regen ag in the country. And with the Green Farm Collective that was set up with 5 other Soil Farm of the Year winners, stroke finalists, we're looking to get the best return into the farmer's pocket for carbon and biodiversity they're creating on farm through the regenerative methods of farming that we're taking on.
This is still the conversation back to me. With the number of farmers I speak to, especially in the eastern counties where I'm based, they want to go down this regen route, but they also run a commercial business, and they're worried, concerned that it's not going to pay. And it's not that they're money grabbing, but they're running a commercial business. But they want to do good, but they also need to put bread on the table, figuratively. Can regenerative agriculture work and be profitable to farming units?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so if there are farmers watching now who wanted to get a bit of defined advice, what I know it's such a big topic, but what would your initial advice be as to how they can investigate it for their particular farm? Because obviously all farms are different throughout the UK. What would your direct advice be as to how they can start that journey, that adventure?
First thing is don't buy drill.
Okay, wow.
Do the research.
Yeah.
It's mindset change. It's knowledge and it's mindset change.
Yeah.
Far above and beyond machinery.
Yeah.
The machinery is a latter part. The mindset change is key. Do the research. gain knowledge, make the changes in the rotation that are needed to aid Regenerative to work, like bringing cover crops in before spring crops and things. Get that part of it working. Take a baseline of the soils, your carbon, your organic matter, there for always for future reference to work against or to compare with. Once you've got that squared away in your head, then start looking at machinery.
Okay.
But whilst we've got subsidies and there is that cushion, financial cushion there, now's the time to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
If you are concerned about drops in, we won't say drops in yield, we'll say drops in farm profitability.
Yeah. Okay.
Because let's forget about yield, let's concentrate on farm profitability. Yield, yes, yield is part of that, but it's not the entirety.
Okay.
I can grow crops for down site less than anybody else pretty much in the country. And I might be yielding a little bit less, but I'm making a damn sight more money because I'm costing far less to grow. And not just the variable costs, the inputs, but the other costs throughout the whole of the business.
Okay. And for this farmer, the approximate time scale, if they were going to start with a clean sheet of paper and take your advice, love what you said about the machinery element, what sort of time scale would you envisage for them to see that success coming through?
It's how long's a piece of string, it's how fast do they want to go. But soils-wise, for the soils to adapt and to change, you're looking at 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay. So you're positive that we should all be adopting this methodology because we need to. Because what was the jingoistic thing? A bit like M&S said, we have Plan A. There's only Plan A because there's no Plan B, because it is the future.
There's no Planet B. There's only Planet A.
No Planet B.
Screw Planet A up.
We're all figuratively stuff.
So you mentioned mindset there earlier. We've got the saying that it's a farmer. They're not a cup of tea that needs filling, so the cup is already full. It's our job just to stir it, and a lot of that is that mindset. So, I guess first of all, what changed your mindset, and what have you seen in other farmers? What is that penny drop moment that's going to make them, yes, this is for me?
It brings the passion back to farming.
That's lovely.
Because you're doing something that's very mobile and very organic, not in the organic soil association, but organic, it's constantly changing and moving. Rather than you can grow a crop of wheat on a sheet of paper in the office. You're going to plough it, you're going to power harrow it, you're going to drill it, you're going to spray T1, T2, T3, likewise nitrogen at certain times. Those are the products, off you go, you can grow a crop of wheat. This brings a passion back into it, and that passion for farming, because things are changing all the time. You're adapting to the seasons far more. You're trying to do things with less. You're trying to improve your beneficials and the wider environment on the farm, which ticks a lot of boxes mentally and socially as well, and not just on farm but with others in the farming community and in the wider community, in the village and things. When you've got a cover crop in there and you've got massive sunflowers flowering away, the feedback from the village is fantastic, and you then get the public on your side when you then put a gas banger out on OCV. It brings that passion back.
And do you think, that we've done some research, and that one of the biggest challenges facing farming is the public's perception, and I think so we can already see the public buying into the whole regen ag. And what's other experiences that you've had? So do you think that there'll be a niche market for that?
I think whilst regen ag is a niche, I think there is a niche market for the product. It's the same as boxed beef. There's a niche market. There's a small amount of people that are willing to pay that price premium. Likewise for the regen ag. Once regen ag is whole scale, then we lose that niche. But whilst ever we can promote regen ag and the good that it does, so be it.
Izak, he's one to watch for the future, isn't he?
Definitely.
So let's all follow Angus. Angus, I've just got to wrap up and ask you the question of all questions. Best agriculture university in the world?
Stellenbosch University.
Well, Angus,
you've got wine country. Fair enough.
I tried to squeeze a 3-year course into 4, but only managed it in 5. So
we've got the Midlands beer. You've got the wine region.
And we'll let this domestic argument continue about farming. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks.